the 7th house of your D9 chart or Navamsha chart. D9 chart is a chart of your fortune. In the 7th house of that chart, which zodiac sign do you have? Starting from Aries to Pisces. Look at that zodiac sign. If you have Aries there, then the Lord of the 7th house will be Mars. If you have Pisces in the 7th house, then Lord of the 7th house will be Jupiter. So find out which zodiac sign you have in the 7th house of your D9 chart. You may have a planet, you may not have any planet in the 7th house. You may even have more than one planet. In my previous video, I got a lot of questions, comments regarding what will happen if there is no planet in the 7th house. So this is the answer, today's video. Look at the zodiac sign which is there in the 7th house of your D9 chart, Navamsha chart. That zodiac sign is significant. So which planet is the Lord of that zodiac sign? And where that Lord or that planet is sitting, in which house of your Navamsha. So that also will say a lot about your marriage or partnership. Now this D9 chart is the chart of, the chart which is the chart of your fortune, and this chart also is a chart which is very, you can say, it is connected to your innate nature. Okay, it's very, very, it is because Navamsha is the 9th division of the sign. So it is a very, you can say, this chart will talk about the certain secretive things or certain things which are not visible outside. Certain things which are almost hidden or unknown about your partnership. So those things we may come to know from the Navamsha, because Navamsha is the chart which holds the key to certain secrets. 7th house is not just your relationship, also your independent business, and to some extent even actually it's your career also. Certain secret things about your own career or independent business, that also we can see from the 7th Lord of the D9 chart. And it is true, I have applied it in various charts, and after that I decided to make this video. Now also look at the dispositor of the 7th Lord. What do you mean by dispositor? I will show with the help of certain sample charts very soon, but just quickly I'll just tell you what's the definition. Say in the 7th house you have the sign of Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. Alright, so your 7th Lord is Jupiter. Now Jupiter may be in a certain zodiac sign. Say Jupiter is in Aries, then Aries is ruled by Mars, then Jupiter's dispositor is Mars. So that is how we understand the concept of the dispositor of the 7th Lord. It will become clear to you. I'll show you with the help of sample charts. Alright, so that is all we are going to discuss today. That 7th Lord, that planet which is the Lord of your 7th house in your D9, it has gone to which house of your D9 out of the 12 houses, in which house, and also its dispositor is in which house. Okay, so sometimes the 7th Lord may be in the 6th house. Okay, but it may also be the Lord of the 6th house. Then in that case, 7th house Lord is also in the 6th house, and obviously that planet itself is its own dispositor because it is also the Lord of the 6th house. Alright, so just have a look at the charts. Friends, you can see that this is a D1 chart. Alright, a D1 chart, and or Lagna chart, it's called the birth chart. Okay, Now in this D1 chart, we see that the native is a Cancer ascendant. You have the Cancer sign in the first house. In the first house, there may be any sign in the D1 chart. Okay, there may be Aries to Pisces, any sign. So this native, particular native, has Cancer sign. The other planets, I have not mentioned the planets here. So this is the chart of a Cancer ascendant. Now this native has a certain D9 chart. D9 chart is the chart of fortune or marriage or partnership. So this is the chart of your luck or fortune. It is called the D9 or Navamsha chart. In this D9 chart, friends, you can see that in the first house you have the sign of Pisces. In the D1 chart, we saw that the native was a Cancer ascendant, but in the D9 chart, in the ascendant, you have the sign of Pisces. Sometimes the ascendant can remain the same. So Cancer ascendant in the D1 chart, and even in the D9, the native may have Cancer sign in the first house. Then that is a Vargottama Navamsha, because it is the same ascendant in the D9 as well. But in case of many natives, it may be different. So here in the case of this particular native, I have not mentioned other planets, but only I'll talk about the 7th lord. So in the case of this native, in the first house or in the ascendant of the D9, you have the sign of Pisces. Now look at the 7th lord. 7th lord is Mercury, because in the 7th house we have the sign of Virgo. So Mercury is the 7th lord. So in the case of this native, Mercury is in the 3rd house. You can see Mercury is sitting. This is Mercury. I have written here Mercury. So this planet Mercury is sitting in the 3rd house of the D9 chart. It is sitting in the sign of Taurus. So then what is Mercury's dispositor? Mercury's dispositor is Venus, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. So we see that Mercury's dispositor, or the 7th lord's dispositor, Venus, is in the 4th house. So in the course of the video, you will have to pay attention to where the 7th lord is going in your D9 chart. In which house is it sitting? 7th lord here, in this case Mercury, is in the 3rd house in the case of this native. And the dispositor of the 7th lord, or Mercury, is in the 4th house. You should also look at the dispositor of the 7th lord. When I have talked about each of the 7th lords, like 7th lord's placement in the 1st house, 2nd house, 3rd house. So when you will find your video, your portion with respective timestamps, so you will notice that I have talked about the 7th lord in the 1st house or 7th lord in the 2nd house. So sometimes I have not mentioned the word dispositor also, but now at the very beginning introduction I want to mention that you look at 7th lord in a certain house, also its dispositor has gone to which house. So look at both. So that is why whatever you watch in the video, if I have talked about 7th lord in a certain house, so also look at the dispositor of the 7th house has gone to which house. So follow that portion of the video also. If your dispositor has gone to the 4th house, then you should follow that portion also where I have talked about 7th lord in the 4th house. That means both the houses will be important now. The 3rd house will be important for you and 7th Lord's placement in the 4th house, both will be important for you, and you will get the results accordingly. It's possible. Okay, so now let's begin the discussion. And friends, this is a gentle reminder for you. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do subscribe so that you can have access to such videos on astrology. Thank you so much. Please subscribe and press the all notification bell. Alright friends, so what will happen if the 7th Lord of the D9 chart is in the 1st house? Alright, the 1st house. The 1st house is the house of yourself also. Now even in the D9 also, it will show your real self, your inner self. Alright, so when the 7th Lord is in the 1st house, it can also show that your life can truly revolve around your spouse or partner. You can be very spiritually connected to your partner. Now again, that planet, if it is associated with benefics and if it is well placed in the 1st house of the D9 chart, its dispositor is also well placed, then definitely you will get positive results. You will be spiritually connected to your partner. Your partner, what sort of partnership you will have? It may be a sort of partnership which is definitely based on spiritual love, which is based on ethics, morality, duty. Alright, so this partnership also definitely, it can be a blessed relationship. Okay, now what else we can say about your partner if the 7th Lord is in the 1st house of the D9 chart? So your partner definitely will be very important to you, and your partner also may be somebody who is ethical, who believes in morality. Okay, your partner may want to take initiative in doing things. All right, so your partner may also be somebody who has a very high sense of self-respect. Your partner can be self-confident. So all these qualities can be there. And your partner may be a seeker of knowledge also. It's possible. And they also will believe in their virtues and duty. What sort of independent business or career? Because 7th Lord is of the D9 is in the 1st house of your D9. So definitely for your career or business, knowledge, gaining of knowledge will be very important. You may have certain creative skills. So you may make use of those creative skills in your independent business or career. Then definitely we can say that you may become prosperous in life because of your independent business or career. So ultimately you can see growth and expansion in life also because of your independent business and career. All these things, all results you will get if the 7th Lord is in good dignity in the 1st house of the D9 chart. If it's an average dignity, you will get average results. Alright, so like that you should see. Okay, so all these things we can say, and definitely you will have to definitely wake up to the reality that the more you gain knowledge or the more you use your creativity, you will prosper in business. Definitely you will be able to prosper because of that. Okay, and you also have to be willing to make initiative, to make efforts also. Then you will do very well in your independent business or career. Now let's move on to what will happen when the 7th Lord is in the 2nd house of your D9. After your marriage, you may become wealthy. Okay, you may be able to accumulate resources and wealth. It's possible after marriage. Okay, then after marriage, what else will happen? That it is in the second house. So definitely your spouse is a very important person in your family. For you, your spouse is your family, definitely. All right. So your spouse may also, in due course of time, you may learn certain things from your spouse also. You may acquire certain values, certain things you may acquire from your spouse also in due course of time. It's possible. Now, what sort of relationship? If it is in good dignity, if the 7th Lord is in good dignity in the 7th house, then definitely we can say that this will be a stable relationship. Okay, stable relationship. Your partner can also have a sensual relationship with you, and definitely it's possible. And it's like there will be stability if the 7th Lord is in good dignity in the 2nd house. Okay. And also what else we can say about the compatibility? Both of you, I mean, your partner is also somebody, because 7th Lord is in the 2nd house. Your partner is someone who can be materialistic. Your partner may be materialistic. Your partner may be someone who is a pleasure seeker, who also wants to lead a life of pleasure and comfort, but they are also very goal oriented. It's possible. So they are ready to work hard in order to achieve their goals, because ultimately your partner, they are also materialistic and they want to accumulate wealth in life. That is possible. Okay. Now, what else about if the 7th Lord is in good dignity, then in the 2nd house, then the partner's speech will be pleasant. Okay. The partner will have values. Okay. Will stick to their values. What else? What about your independent business or career? Now, your independent business or career can have some connection with the 2nd house. So you, whatever business or career you're in, for that you may have to make use of your speech. It's possible. Okay. You may do some family business. It's possible. Or there may be a lot of family support in your independent business. Then what else we can say? If your career may be connected to finance sector, career or independent business, it may be connected to finance sector. Okay. So all these things we can say. And also you will be you can also be, if you are really goal oriented, systematic, methodical, then you will do well in your independent business or career. So if you really want to excel in your independent business or career, you have to be goal oriented, structured and methodical in your approach to work. Okay. Then you'll be able to definitely reach your targets and accumulate resources. So your independent business or career also may enable you to accumulate wealth in life. It's possible. Now let's move on to what will happen when the 3rd Lord of your D9, when the 7th Lord of your D9, 7th Lord is in the 3rd house. What will happen? When the 7th Lord is in the 3rd house, then your partner may be someone who's playful, fun loving, okay, and creative also. It's possible. And intelligent. Your partner can be intelligent. Your partner may have a lot of hobbies, interests. They may always explore new things. They may always have the tendency to learn new things. They may love to explore new things. It's possible. Your partner may be very ambitious when the 7th Lord of the D9 is in the 3rd house. Your partner can have a lot of ambition in life. Okay? Then after marriage you may undertake short travels, a lot of short travels. Alright? Or travels, sometimes solo trips, sometimes with your partner. Then also we can say that after marriage you may have to, because 7th Lord has gone to the 3rd house of efforts. So after marriage maybe you may also have to make a lot of efforts so that the relationship can survive. That is also possible. So this relationship could be at times a little difficult. It can get a little difficult. So for that you need to really make efforts. This is possible. Or after your marriage you may start something of your own. The native, when you have 7th Lord in the 3rd house, so after marriage you may start any new work. You may make initiative and start anything of your own. It's possible. Also, this marriage, this relationship that you have with your partner, so this relationship may not always be smooth. There can be obstacles. Obstacles can be there. Okay? And you have to overcome all those obstacles in order to make this relationship successful. Alright? Just a moment, friends. So when the 7th Lord is in the 3rd house of your D9, 7th Lord of D9 is in the 3rd house in the chart, then it can show that it may not be a very smooth journey with the partner. You are making a lot of efforts also, somehow to connect with the partner. Okay? Initially there could be misunderstandings also. If the 7th Lord is somehow getting afflicted, then situation will become very difficult. There could be quarrels, problems. Now when the 7th Lord is in the 3rd house, then you should actually, even in the D9 if you have such a position, then both of you should plan short trips together. That could be a very good remedy. Alright? So that can, add the fun element to your relationship. So that will enable you to sail together in a better way. So yeah, all these things we can say. Now, when the 7th Lord is in the 3rd house, what about your independent business or career? Your career or independent business may be connected to communication skills, to the use of communication skills, to any sort of skills with the hands. So it could be writing skills, painting skills, any sort of artistic skills, creative skills, mimicry, so on. Even it could be connected to sports. Any sort of skills you may have, and you need to kind of explore them better. I mean, you need to enhance those skills so that you can make a career out of it. Then you will do very well. Education will play a big role also in your career. And creative thoughts, your ideas, your new ideas, thoughts, innovative ideas, they can also play a very big role and go a long way in shaping your career or independent business. It's possible. So all these things. For your career or independent business also, you may require to undertake short travels. It's possible. Or you may make use of communication technology in your independent business or career. You may make use of information technology in your independent business and career. All these things we can say. And your education, your communication skills, or any sort of skills which you may have, artistic, creative skills, will enable you to do well in your independent business or career. But yes, even the way to success, the road to success may not be that smooth. You may encounter a lot of difficulties and obstacles along the way. It's possible. But you will have to take all challenges, obstacles in your stride, and you have to overcome them. Okay? With your intelligence, even with your ability to really, with your ability to even use your intellectual depth. So all these qualities will enable you to overcome challenges which you may have to face in your independent business. It's possible. Okay? Or career. Alright? So sometimes what happens when the native has 7th lord of the D9, even in the 3rd house of D9, then they may at times, especially if the planet is a little afflicted or associated with certain malefics, then they may be a little confused also about their career path. They may be skillful, they may have they may want to acquire a number of skills also, but then there could be some confusion also. So you need to actually figure out, or initially in life you may be interested in a number of things, but eventually you need to figure out what is working best for you. So what should actually be your career? You have to figure that out eventually. That's very important. Alright? And you have to make constant efforts. This is the house of efforts, definitely. The more you make efforts, the more you succeed in your independent business or career. The more you face challenges with, if you face challenges with courage, and with the desire to take initiative, you will become successful. Alright, now let's move on to what will happen when the 4th lord of your D9, when the 7th lord of your D9 will be in the 4th house of your D9. 4th house. This can show that after your marriage you may gain assets, wealth. It's possible after your marriage. Before your marriage, you did not have such assets, perhaps, but after your marriage, you are now gaining assets. This will happen if the 7th lord is in good dignity in the 4th house. That is, 7th lord is well placed, associated with benefics, or its dispositor is also well placed. Then you will get good results. Now, your spouse or your partner can be very caring also if it is in good dignity. Can be very caring. Your spouse or your partner, they may be the foundation of your home. They may treat you with love, care, nourishment. It's possible if it is in good dignity, mind it. Alright. Then the 7th lord of the D9 is in your 4th house. Alright. If it is in good dignity, then your relationship with your spouse will be very emotional. You will have an emotional bond with your spouse. Alright. You will have some deep-rooted emotional connection. Okay. You can't think of your home without your spouse. Yes. Alright. Now, in many ways your spouse may also definitely replace your mother in the case of a male native. Means your spouse, after your marriage, your spouse will take charge of the entire house and she will take responsibility, so that your mother, in the case of a male native, so that the mother can relax and rest. That's also possible. Now what else? After your marriage also you may undertake travel. It's possible. It's possible after your marriage you may undertake travel with your spouse, or you may have to undertake travel for work or for any other reason. What else we can say? So that's all about the relationship. The relationship should be based on love and care and affection. So that is the requirement actually in your horoscope. Your independent business or career. You may work from home, you may be doing any sort of job or any sort of independent business, and you may work from home. It could be an online business, alright, and you are operating from home. That's possible. Or you're working in an MNC, foreign based company, you're working from home. That's also possible. Then 7th Lord or your 7th Lord of D9 in your 4th house, your career or your independent business may be connected to your homeland. It's possible. You may also be working, or your business will have deep-rooted connections to your homeland. It's possible, to the people of your homeland. All right. So one may get into politics and serve the people of their homeland. Anything is possible. For your business or independent business or career, you may require to travel from one place to another. It's possible. Your independent business or career may be connected to the use of intuition also. Okay, you need to make use of your intuition or sixth sense. If you use your intuition well, you will prosper and rise in your independent business or career. You may be into healing, even occult. It's possible. Alright, you may be into real estate industry. You may be into real estate business. You may have a business connected to vehicles. Possible. So all these things we can say. You may be a Vastu consultant, or you may be any sort of occultist even. Travel and tourism also. Definitely business may be connected to that. Business may be connected to food also. Possible. Now let's move on to what will happen when the 7th Lord of your D9 will be in the 5th house of the D9. And yes friends, before you listen to this, if you have not subscribed to the channel, then do subscribe, alright, so that you get such videos, and please press the all notification bell. Okay, alright. So when the 7th Lord of your D9 will be in the 5th house of your D9, it can show that after your marriage you can become prosperous. Now again, if the 7th Lord is in good dignity in the 5th house, you may become more prosperous after marriage. It's possible. Either like you may become more successful in your work, anything. You may get prosperity after marriage. So 7th Lord of D9 in the 5th house. You definitely, if the planet 7th Lord is well placed, that is 7th Lord's dispositor is also well placed, and 7th Lord is associated with benefics, then you will have a spiritual connection with your spouse or partner. It's possible. Your relationship or partnership will be based, or marriage will be based on spiritual love. spiritual love, romance. Okay, and so this will be a very beautiful bond actually, which you will share with your partner. When the 7th lord of D9 is in your 5th house, your partner also may be somebody who is somebody who loves to gain knowledge. It's possible. They may love to gain knowledge. They may be very skillful. They may have some skills, creative skills, artistic skills. Okay, at times they may be very playful, cheerful. All right, but again, if the planet is getting afflicted, then they can be very egoistic also, and they may want to assert their power and dominance over you. That is also possible. But nevertheless, your partner also will be somebody who wants to gain knowledge. All right, gain knowledge, and they can be skillful. They may be very creative actually, very creative. It's possible. Your partner also can see growth and prosperity in life if they become a seeker of knowledge, or if they remain a seeker of knowledge, and if they kind of explore their own creativity or enhance their own creative skills, then they can do well in their work also. Now, what about your independent business or career? If the 7th lord of D9 is in your 5th house, then your independent business or career may be connected to 5th house matters. Maybe it could be connected to the world of entertainment, to intuition, to the use of intuition. All right, so you could be a counselor, you could be a healer also, even occultist, even psychologist, any sort of counseling you may do. 5th house is also the house of speculation. So your independent business or career may be connected to any sort of speculative business. For example, stocks and shares and all. All right. So if you really move towards gaining knowledge, more and more knowledge, higher knowledge, and if you try to improve or enhance your creativity, you can really prosper in life because of your independent business or career. That will enable you to prosper in life. So you just have to be a seeker of knowledge. You have to enhance your creative skills, your artistic skills, and that will enable you to do well and to gain prosperity through your independent business or career. When you have 7th lord of D9 in the 5th house, you may think of doing some business of your own. Even if you're into job, you should consider doing some business of your own. All right. So yeah, your business may require you to travel also. That is also possible. Okay. So all these things we can say. Now let's move on to what will happen. You have to make use of your knowledge in your independent business or career. Make use of your education and knowledge. Then you will get good results. Make use of your intuition. You will get very good results pertaining to independent business or career. Now let's move on to what will happen when the 7th lord of your D9 is in the 6th house of your D9. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe, friends. A gentle reminder. All right. So 6th house. That means with your partner, at times you may have conflicts. Definitely, there could be conflicts, quarrels, arguments. This can happen because it is in the 6th house of obstacles. All right. So if your partner is very intimately connected to your workplace, then the situation can be under control. Otherwise, conflicts can be there with the partner. There will be certain obstacles which you have to overcome in order to somehow make this relationship work. Alright, it could be a difficult relationship, especially if the planet is not in good dignity in the 6th house. Its dispositor is also getting afflicted, and if it is in association with malefics, then the situation can get worse. Now, 7th Lord is in the of your D9 is in the 6th house. Your partner may be somebody who is very, what we can say, who is very systematic, methodical in their approach to work. Your partner can be very intelligent, can have great intellectual depth and great analytical powers also. At times you may feel that your partner, they have a dual nature. They have a duality in their character. You may feel that. So nevertheless, your partner will have great analytical skills, and they will be hardworking also. If somehow the planet is in good dignity or in average dignity in the 6th house, and if its dispositor is more or less well placed, then your partner will have great analytical skills and will be also very goal oriented, methodical and structured in their approach to work, and they will be very hard working. They can do very well in any job, whichever job, in whichever sector they are doing job. So if they are really disciplined and structured, they will do very well in their job. Your partner may have a job mentality also. They may have a job mentality. So they may really want to do something daily on a regular basis. Even if they are doing some sort of business, they may do later on. But whatever they do, they will always believe in being very disciplined, regular, systematic, and they would like to do things repeatedly. Repeatedly, they would do things. So, and they would every day, even if they have, say, if they're doing a job, they are definitely doing things repeatedly. If they're not doing a job, if they're into business also, every day they would open their shop or they would start their business work at about the same time with, that dedication and strictness and structure and discipline. They believe in structure and discipline. Your partner can also be very goal oriented, very materialistic also. It's possible. Alright. So all these things we can say. But yes, your partner also, because they have such analytical bent of mind, they have great logical reasoning ability. So that is why they can also pick a quarrel with you, and that is why there could be quarrels and arguments, because they also have an extremely logical bent of mind. They have that argumentative ability already, and that is why there could be quarrels. So really you need to take care of that. Alright, so try to avoid conflicts as much as possible for the health of your partnership or relationship or marriage. Now what about your independent business or career when you have the 7th lord of your D9 in the 6th house? Your career or business could be connected to doing things on a daily basis as well. Your career or your business may demand a very structured approach from you. You have to do things repeatedly. Every day you have to do things in a very systematic, structured, organized way if you really want results. You have to be disciplined, you have to be goal oriented. That is the key to succeed in your career or independent business. You have to enhance your analytical powers, your ability to analyze things, investigate things. Your independent business or career may be connected to the field of law, medicine, any sort of research, in-depth analysis. You may be interested in social service also later on. Alright. Your independent business may be connected to the healthcare industry also. Now let's move on to what will happen. But yes, you will also become successful in your independent business or career if you have a very goal-oriented approach. That will enable you to finally, accumulate resources through your independent business or career. Now what will happen when the 7th lord of the D9 is in the 7th house itself? Friends, a gentle reminder, if you have not subscribed, do subscribe to the channel and press the all notification bell. Alright. So 7th lord of D9 in the 7th house itself of partnership, relationship and marriage. So definitely your relationship with your partner will be based on give and take, definitely. And also if the 7th lord is well placed in the 7th house and if it is aspected by benefics like Jupiter, then we can say that the marriage or the partnership can be blessed finally, because Jupiter's aspect is after all there. So after your marriage, after your, if Jupiter's aspect is there, you may see growth, expansion and all of that. If benefics are associated with your 7th lord in the 7th house. But yes, 7th house is also the house of opposition. So definitely, if the planet is not in very good dignity, then at times there could be certain, you and your partner, you may always, have a tendency to oppose each other. That is also possible. If the planet is not in good dignity and associated with malefics, then it's possible. The tendency to, go against each other, yes, that also is possible. If the 7th lord of your D9 is in the 7th house itself, your partner may be a very social person, very social. They may have great social life or community life. They can give a lot of importance to community issues. If anything happens in the community, they will always participate. They will take part in that. Or like any event is there, so they will take part. If anybody is in trouble, they can go and help out that person in the community. Very socially aware and very much into society, into community. They may believe a lot in community living. They may have a social life. It's possible when your 7th lord of your D9 is in the 7th house. Your partner also definitely may be into any sort of independent business or career in which they require to deal with people on a daily basis, interact with people on a daily basis. So their career or business may be connected to that. They may require to travel a lot for their career or business or job. They may have to travel a lot. That's also possible. If the 7th lord is in good dignity in the 7th house, if it's well placed, its dispositor is also well placed and associated with benefics, then it could be a very balanced, beautiful, harmonious relationship with your partner. It's possible. Alright? Yeah. Now this relationship, if in good dignity, the 7th lord is in good dignity in the 7th house, then your spouse and your relationship can be based, or your partner's relationship with you can be based on physical attraction or physical intimacy also. That also can play a big part in that relationship, yes. What about your independent business or career? If you have the 7th lord of D9 in your 7th house, so definitely it can show that For your career or independent business, you also need to interact with people on a daily basis. No matter whatever be your job or career or business, you are engaged in interaction with people. You are interacting with them on a daily basis. It's possible. Your career may be connected to any sort of independent business only. You're doing some independent business, or you also need to undertake a lot of travel for your own career or business. It's possible. Travel is involved. It could be even long distance travel, and a lot of interactions with people, negotiations with people are involved. So definitely career or business could be connected to the field of law. That's also a possibility. Or it could be any sort of work wherein you need to interact with people a lot. Interactions with people, they are very important in your independent business or career. Alright, now let's move on to what will happen when the 7th lord of your D9 is in the 8th house. Alright, friends, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. Do not forget and press the all notification bell. Alright, so 7th lord of your D9 is in the 8th house, which is considered to be a malefic house. Yes, even in the D9, 8th house remains definitely a malefic house only. Yes, but is the 8th house only a malefic house? Not that. In fact, for marriage and partnership, 8th house is very important for partnership and marriage. Alright, because 8th house is also the house of intimate relationship with your partner, sexual relationship. Now, what will happen if the 7th lord of your D9 is in the 8th house? It can show that for you, you believe that relationship with your partner is something which should be based on it's relationship needs to be based on intense passion for each other. You may definitely believe that it's very important to have a passionate relationship with each other, and definitely, you know, physical intimacy for you also will be a vital part of that relationship. It's possible. Alright, now you have to find out how the 8th lord of the D9 is placed, because 7th lord has gone to the 8th house. So 8th house, what sort of results you will get pertaining to the 8th house? So for that you have to find out how the 8th lord is placed. Then 7th lord has gone to the 8th house. What planets are there in the 8th house? Is the 7th lord is in conjunction with malefics or benefics? All these things will decide what sort of relationship, intimate relationship, you will have with your partner after marriage. If the 7th lord is in association with malefics, or if the 8th lord also is not well placed in the chart, in D1, in your D9 chart, 8th lord is also not well placed, then it can show that there could be problems in maintaining an intimate relationship with your spouse. So when the intimacy is spoiled or the intimate relationship does not exist per se, then definitely it can affect the health of the partnership or marriage. You may put on a smile and behave very well with your partner in society, and both of you may appear to be a very happy couple, but you will know in your heart of hearts that actually you do not have any intimate relationship with your spouse. This will happen if the 7th lord is afflicted in the 8th house, and 8th lord also does not have any strength even in the D9. It does not have much strength. Then definitely your intimate life with your partner can be in trouble, and that could be a vital reason for the distance now which is going to set in between the two people. There will be some distance now. You could be distanced from your spouse or partner. Your spouse or partner can get distanced from you, and there could be a sense of detachment also. If you are running the dasha of the 7th lord of your D9 and it is in the 8th house and not in good dignity, then what will happen? The marriage can get dissolved. It may lead to separation, even legal separation or divorce. If the dasha of the 7th lord is also there, 7th lord of the D9, that planet, so that planet's dasha is also going on, then, and it's not in good dignity at all in the 8th house, then it may lead to the end of that marriage also. It can definitely do that. Now, 7th lord of the D9 in the 8th house, a very interesting placement. So it can also show long distance relationship with your partner or spouse. It's possible. All right. Or it can show that you have a great sex life with your partner. That's also possible. If it's in good dignity in the 8th house, the 7th lord, and the 8th lord also is well placed in the D9, then you can have great physical chemistry and or physical intimacy, and because of that the relationship can survive also. That is also possible. Okay? All right. Your partner may be somebody who's secretive. They may not tell you everything. It's possible. They may love isolation. They may remain aloof at times and love to, remain in isolation. They may at times love to stay alone, even travel alone. Possible. Your partner may be somebody who is intensely passionate about you or the relationship. That is also possible. Your partner may be vindictive also. They may be revengeful also. They may not easily forget what happened. And they may be always looking for an opportunity to seek revenge. It's possible. Your partner can be very sensual also. That's possible. If the 7th lord is associated with planets in a certain way and it's in good dignity, 8th lord is also in good dignity, then they can really be sensual, and you can have a great sexual intimacy with your partner, which will definitely help the marriage to somehow, because after all, 7th lord, the lord of the house of relationship, is in the 8th house of sexual intimacy. So if there is great sexual intimacy, it's good news for the marriage. It's a green signal. So the marriage or partnership can survive. All right. So all these things. What about, but yes, your partner may have intense emotions as well. They can be very emotional. They can indulge in overthinking also. They can be very emotional. Yes, it's possible. If you are somebody if you are ready to definitely kind of give them love, or they can also be very faithful to you. They can have a very intensely passionate relationship, and they can be very faithful also. It's possible. So if it's in good dignity, the 7th Lord in 8th house, all these things can happen. Now what about your independent business or career? It may be connected to the 8th house. 8th house is the house of occult, right? 8th house is the house of healing, meditation, yoga, spiritual practices, occult practices. So technology, your profession could be connected to technology. Even your partner may be intimately connected to some sort of technology. It's possible. Technology, occult, these things, they may also have influence over your partner's life, because 7th Lord has come to the 8th house, so of the D9. So they can also be connected, intimately connected to technology, or even any sort of practices which are occult, or whichever job or business they are into. They may require to maintain a lot of confidentiality. So whichever business or job they may be in, so they may have to maintain a lot of secrecy and confidentiality. It's possible. Similarly, your business, your independent business or career will definitely be connected with any sort of work. You have to maintain confidentiality. So any sort of, you may be connected with, you may be engaged in secret investigation, research, intelligence department, secret services, detective jobs and all, and you need to maintain a lot of secrecy about your work, confidentiality. You cannot reveal that to others. You may encounter obstacles initially also in your life, in your independent business or career. You may change your independent business or career, and there can be a transformation in your independent business or career. It's possible. Your independent business or your career can bring about a transformation in your life. It can transform your entire personality, individuality. That's possible. All right. So all these things we can say. And so 8th house is also definitely your independent business or career may be connected to chartered accountancy. It could be connected to stocks and shares also. After your marriage, you may accumulate joint assets with your spouse. It's possible. After your marriage, you may inherit property. It's possible. All right. After your marriage, you may get into any sort of work, or your work or independent business may be connected to anything which is mysterious, mystical, or secretive. That's also possible. So your independent business or career may be connected to technology, to any sort of investigation, research, healing, psychology, and so on, and even occult. Now let's move on to what will happen when the 7th Lord of the D9 is in your 9th house. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing, friends, and press the all notification bell. Now if it's the Lord of the 7th house is in the 9th house of fortune, luck, growth and expansion, that is good news. That means after your marriage, you can be fortunate. There'll be growth, expansion, prosperity in life after your marriage. It's possible. All right. Okay. Your partner, after your marriage, you may undertake a lot of travel travel to foreign land. It's possible, either alone or with your partner. Yes. After your marriage, definitely you can get lucky to have such a spouse. You'll realize that. Spouse's nature, a partner's nature. They can be somebody who's very explorative, adventurous. They want to explore new things and travel to new places. Very optimistic. Again, if the 7th Lord is in good dignity in the 9th house. Good dignity means 7th Lord is well placed, associated with benefics, or the 7th Lord's dispositor is well placed. Then we can say that the 7th Lord is in good dignity in the 9th house. Alright? Okay. So then your partner will also be somebody who's very dutiful, very religious. Alright? Very dutiful, very religious. They can be very dutiful, and they can be very ethical. They may believe in moral principles. Okay? And they will stick to their moral principles no matter what. They can be very faithful to you. They will be very dutiful. They will believe in their duty. They will believe in gaining knowledge in life. They can also have creativity, creative skills, and they may be very knowledgeable. They may believe in gaining higher knowledge in life. And they may believe that only because of higher knowledge I can gain prosperity in life and I can see growth in life. So very forward thinking, progressive thinking, optimistic person they can be. And they could be very dutiful to you, and you'll feel blessed in the relationship if the 7th Lord is well placed in the 9th house. If it is in good dignity, all these things you will see. Alright. So all these things we can say about your partner, about your relationship. What about your own independent business or career? Alright. Your own independent business or career may also be connected to long distance travel, even to foreign travel. It's possible. Alright. Then you will require to use your knowledge. You will have to use your knowledge, your higher knowledge, in your independent business or career. You will have to use your creative skills and your knowledge in your independent business or career. Alright? Then all these things we can say about your independent business or career. Your independent business or career may be connected to counseling. You may be a great advisor, counselor. Alright? So you can be great at offering counsel. So counseling jobs, any sort of counseling jobs, any sort of job of being a consultant. You could be a consultant, you can be a teacher, a professor, somebody who imparts knowledge to others. So these professions are very good for you. Alright? Just a moment, friends. Just a moment. Yeah. Alright. So yes. So your profession, your independent business or your career, it will also definitely be connected to the use of your knowledge, to your ability to impart knowledge to others. When you are able to impart knowledge to others, you will see growth in your independent business or career. Yes. Then what else we can say? Counseling and all that I have covered. You may undertake travel definitely for your career. Your career may be connected to religious practices. Religious practices, definitely. You may explore religious texts, philosophical texts, and your career may be connected to the exploration of religious, spiritual texts, anything. Now, you could be into any field. You could be which is connected to being a guide to others. You could be a spiritual guide. You could be a religious priest. You could be into religious practices, into counseling practices and all of that. Such professions will be very good for you when you have the 7th lord of your D9 in the 9th house, and you will become fortunate also in your independent business and career. You will see growth. If you always move towards gaining knowledge, then you will always see growth and prosperity in your independent business and career. Okay, and you should always adopt ethical means, because after all this is the 9th house. So the more you remain ethical, dutiful, the more you see growth in your work and business. Whenever you deal with people, you should in your profession, when you're into counseling or other activities, you're dealing with people, you're into teaching or counseling. So you should do your work honestly, with a strong sense of ethics, morality, and commitment to your work. When you do your work with such, devotion, then you will see growth and rise in your career and independent business. Okay. Now let's move on to what will happen when the 7th lord of your D9 will be in the 10th house of your D9. When the 7th lord is in the 10th house of your D9, then definitely your spouse or your partner may somehow be connected to your profession. It's possible. Or your spouse or your partner may be very hardworking, very goal-oriented, very methodical, and very structured in life. It's possible. They can be materialistic, and they may be very target-oriented, and they may want to accumulate resources for themselves. Alright? So yeah, so all these qualities they can have if the 7th lord is well placed in the 10th house. That is, 7th lord is associated with benefics, or 7th lord is in good dignity, or 7th lord is you can say 7th lord's dispositor is also well placed in the chart. Then we can say 7th lord is in good dignity. Now 7th lord may be in the 10th house, or the 7th lord's dispositor, that also may be in the 10th house. Then what results? Then definitely your partner, as I said, can be very hardworking, and they can be great at planning things. They can have great skills, they may have great skills, organizational skills. Very good at organizing things, planning things out. Great planners they can be, and very systematic, very meticulous in their approach to things. So that is the secret of their success. It's possible. So all these qualities they may have. Alright. So yeah, and they can also be very responsible as a human being, very accountable, very serious about life, even relationship. It's possible. Alright, if 7th lord is well placed in the 10th house. What else we can say about your partnership? Now you can also, like in this partnership, you will also see to it, like if the 7th lord is in good dignity, then you will also be somebody who will look upon this relationship with a sense of responsibility. So this relationship itself, if the 7th Lord is in the 10th house, and if it is in good dignity, your relationship with your partner also will be based on responsibility. So there will be responsibility. So both of you can be mutually responsible to each other also. That's possible. Okay? So yeah. Now all these things we can say when the 7th Lord is in the of D9 is in the 10th house. If it is in good dignity, it will be good. But if it is not in good dignity, then there could be problems in the relationship. Some sort of distance will set in. It's possible that intimacy may be lost if it is not in good dignity in the 10th house. Now 7th Lord is in the 10th house. What about your job or your career? So definitely you must have a systematic approach to your work, job or independent business. If you are systematic, if you are methodical, structured, goal-oriented in your approach to your independent business or career, you will really excel in life, you will excel in your profession, and you will be able to accumulate resources also over time because of your profession. Finally, you will end up accumulating resources also. Yes, that's possible. Okay? So if the 7th Lord is in good dignity in the 10th house, then if you have a structured, systematic approach to your work or business, you will do very well in your work or business, and you will gain wealth because of your work or business. Okay? So it is also very important for you to maintain a good public image in order to excel in your field of work or business or career. Public image, social image, you should maintain a good social image. So that will help you to become more successful in your career or independent business. It's very important for you to maintain a good, clean social image, public image. So all these things we can say. So yeah, and so you just need to believe in hard work, being hardworking, methodical and goal oriented. That's it. And structured, definitely disciplined and structured in your approach, and that is the way to succeed. That is how you can succeed, all right, in your work. Hard work is the only key, all right, and that will enable you to gain a good social reputation also. Because of your independent business or career, you may end up gaining good social reputation. It's possible. Now let's move on to the next placement. If the 7th Lord of your D9 is in the 11th house, what results you will get. Alright. So friends, if you have not yet subscribed, then please do subscribe to the channel. It's a gentle reminder, and press the all notification bell. Alright. Okay. So 7th Lord in 11th house of gains, prosperity, social network, what will happen? So it can show that you met your partner through social network, some social network or social media, social circle, possible. Somehow your partner is connected to your social circle, possible. Or it can also show that your partner is very ambitious. Yes, it can show that they're very ambitious in life. They have a lot of desires. Okay, they want to achieve this and that and everything, and they are so ambitious. They have great ideas. They want to implement those ideas also. They can be very analytical also, very intelligent also. They can be very logical, and their way of thinking could be a little different, a little unconventional also. It's possible. And they are very ambitious. If the 7th Lord is in good dignity in the 11th house, that is, its dispositor is well placed, and if the 7th Lord is associated with benefics, you will get good results. Also see if the 7th Lord's dispositor is in the 11th house, then also you can get such results. Your partner can have great, the ability to, think ahead of their times, and can believe in progressive thinking and all. They will always believe in using their sense of logic and analytical powers to arrive at conclusions. Yeah, all these things. They can have great observation skills and all that. They can be a very social person also. It's possible. They can be very ambitious. So all these things we can say. And unconventional in their approach to things. Intelligent as well. Now what about the relationship? So your relationship also, definitely it can be sort of unconventional. It's possible. Alright, so both of you may like to do crazy things, and you may not always this could also suggest that both of you may think of, like, even before getting married, you may think of I'm just giving a suggesting a possibility that maybe the two people may think that we can live together, we can stay in a live-in relationship, and let's see if we get along well with each other, and then we can think of a committed relationship. So definitely, because this is in the 11th house, so you may also have such thoughts about, such views about relationship and partnership. You may have such views. It's possible. You may think that marriage is a very big commitment, so it's always better, safer to find out whether this person is really compatible for me or not. And you may want to analyze things very deeply regarding your relationship before you kind of bring yourself to give commitment to the partner. So yeah, the relationship can be based on such dynamics possible. Or both of you, the relationship could be somewhat unconventional. It's possible. And yeah, I mean, both of you in the relationship, you may definitely want to, because your partner also will be somebody who they could be very individualistic. They may love their freedom. So in this relationship also, freedom, giving space to each other, all these things can play a very, very big role in this relationship. If the 7th house is 7th Lord of the D9 is in the 11th house, giving space to each other, respecting each other's space, giving freedom to each other, space to grow. So all these things are important. Otherwise this relationship may not be able to prosper, or this relationship may not even survive if you don't give due space to each other. That's possible. What about your career or your independent business? So definitely it could be connected to your social circles, your independent business, your social network, your social media network may play a very big role in your independent business or career. Or your independent business or career may be connected to research, investigation, to technology also. It can be connected to healing, occult, possible. It can be connected to social service, humanitarian service, fighting against injustice done to people, fighting against social injustice, and somehow associating yourself with social welfare organizations. So that could be connected to your career. It's possible. You may fight for social causes, humanitarian causes, and you may be a sort of social activist also. That's possible. So, but yes, any sort of research, investigation, healing, all these things, and even, you know, technology. So these professions could be very suitable for you if you have the 7th lord of the D9 in your 11th house. So your independent business or your career may be connected to all these 11th house matters which I mentioned just now. All right. So if you make use of your research abilities, your ability to do research, your research oriented approach to things, your ability to go to the depth of things and analyze things well, if you make use of such abilities, such talents that you have in your profession, then you can see a lot of growth in your independent business or your career. Over time you can see a lot of growth. You may have a lot of innovative ideas, creative ideas, thoughts. You may set various goals for yourself. You may be very ambitious about your career or independent business. You may set, you know, various career goals, business goals for yourself, and you really want to achieve those business goals. So if you are making use of your intelligence, your ability to do research, investigation, to go to the depth of things and analyze things, you're making use of your intuition, your intelligence, your logical reasoning ability, okay, then you will really succeed. Make use of your knowledge and analytical powers, then you will succeed in your independent business or career, and you will see a lot of prosperity, growth and expansion also in life. Now let's move on to the final placement. If the 7th lord is in the 12th house of D9, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, then friends, please consider subscribing and do press the all notification bell. Please do that so that I can continue making such videos for you. Alright, if the 7th lord of your D9 or its dispositor, if it is in the 12th house, what results you can get? Then this can show that, first of all, partner. Your partner may be somebody who's very emotional, sensitive, very intuitive. If the 7th lord is well placed in the 12th house, associated with benefics, or if its dispositor is well placed, then they can be very intuitive, very creative. They can have great creative abilities. But at times they may be an escapist. They may love to be in isolation or solitude. They may kind of remain aloof from others, and they may somehow slip into their isolation, and they may find, you know, peace in isolation. It's possible. Okay. So yeah, and they also at times may be a sort of escapist. They may escape certain, they may want to escape from certain issues and problems. They may have such a tendency. It's possible if the 7th lord of the D9 is in the 12th house. So they may, at any moment they may go into that escapist mode, because, you know, that is their comfort zone. All right, because such people also, your partner, they believe a lot in their privacy. They value their privacy a lot, actually. So at times you may find that they're very secretive, very mysterious also. But yes, at the same time, they can have great imaginative power, even knowledge. They can have great knowledge. They can be very creative and very intuitive and very good advisors. If you go to them for suggestions or for their advice, they can give you very good advice, actually. If the 7th lord is in more or less good dignity in the 12th house, you can always seek their advice, and they will always be able to guide you well, and selflessly they may guide you. All right, they can also be very compassionate, forgiving also. Yes. What about the relationship? All right, you could be in a long distance relationship with your partner. It's possible. Or maybe you may meet your partner in a foreign land. It's possible. After your marriage, you may settle down with your partner in a foreign land. It's possible. Both of you may settle down in a faraway place after marriage. That is also possible. After marriage, you may undertake a lot of travel. It's possible. Yes. Now, for this, for you, relationship definitely should be based on it's a very personal connection with your partner, and you also believe that, there are certain things about me and my partner, about our relationship, which should always remain very private, very secret, because this relationship is so sacred to us. So we should never make it public. I mean, certain things should always remain private, even secretive. So you will want your private space in the relationship, like you and your partner, you share a bond with each other, which is so sacred and unique. And you want that both of you should have that space, and you want that privacy in the relationship. That means others should not interfere in your relationship with your partner. So that bond with your partner is so personal, so private. So other people, especially in-laws, maybe, they should not interfere. So you may have such thoughts. You will also value privacy a lot, and you will want to have a very intimate connection also with your partner, and you will not entertain anyone else's interference. It's possible. Bed pleasures can be important, definitely, or great physical intimacy is important in the relationship. That's what you may think. It's possible. All right. And eventually this relationship, if the 7th Lord is in good dignity in the 12th house, eventually it may develop into a spiritual connection. If it's a marriage, definitely marriage is a spiritual institution, a spiritual bond. But eventually, if the relationship survives, then over time you'll realize that you have a very deep-rooted spiritual connection with your partner. It's possible. But on the flip side, if the 7th Lord is somehow getting afflicted in the 12th house, its dispositor is also not well placed. Also find out if the 7th Lord is in the 12th house, or if the 7th Lord's dispositor is in the 12th house. Then also you can get such results which I am discussing. So if it is not in good dignity, what will happen? Then there will be separation, some long distance relationship. Distance will set in somehow. All these things can happen. Finally, it may lead to separation, chaos, confusion, and finally it may even lead to separation. It can also happen, especially if the 7th Lord of the D9, that planet, if that planet's Mahadasha is going on, and that planet is Mahadasha or Antardasha, and that planet is not well placed in the 12th house, getting afflicted or something or so on, then even it can point towards a prospective separation with the partner. That's also possible. Alright? If your partner has to remain away from you for work, then it's a very good signal. It's a positive signal. They are away from you for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, they are away. They are working maybe far away in some oil rig, or they are working in merchant navy, or they are in the defense services. So they are away from you for 3, 4, 6 months, they are away. And after that they come to meet you, and alright, they may come back home for a couple of months and then again they'll be gone. If that sort of thing is there in the marriage or relationship, then partnership, then definitely the partnership or marriage can survive. That is a good signal when the 7th Lord of your D9 is in the 12th house of your D9. Alright? All that about partnership, marriage or partner. Now let's talk about your independent business. Your person's profession also could be connected to technology, investigation, research. They may also require to maintain confidentiality in their work. It's possible. That is also possible. Now let's talk about your independent business or career. Your independent business or career may also be, definitely can be connected to 12th house matters. Spiritual practices, occult practices, healing practices, psychology. So all these things can be connected to your profession. You can prosper in your career or independent business if you move to a foreign land and if you settle down there. If you're working for a foreign-based company, definitely you can do well. If you're serving foreign clients, it's good news for you. You can prosper in your business even more. All right. And definitely you can also make use of social media technology to reach out to people, because 12th house is enshrined to the 8th house, and 12th house is also somehow connected to technology, and Rahu is also somehow connected to 12th house, and Rahu is technology, social media technology, any kind of technology, internet technology. So if your profession is connected to that, you will get good results. Your profession could be connected to the use of your intuition. You may have to deal with people using your sense of intuition, healing powers, occult powers. So you could be a psychological counselor. Any sort of counseling work also you can do. You can make use of your creativity in your independent business or career. Any sort of creative skills. You could be a great dancer, dancing skills. And in your independent business or career, it may be connected to investments. 12th house is the house of investments. It could be connected to even chartered accountancy, insurance companies. It could be connected to any sort of investments also, in stocks, shares and other things. So your business, independent business, can be connected to investments. If you're making investments, you could be into investment banking. So when you're connected with investment, you will do well in your career or independent business. All right. So, and you have to make use of your creativity, your knowledge, your intuition, and then you will get wonderful results. Even your ability to do research, investigation. So make use of all those abilities in your work, and you will get excellent results in your independent business or career. You can be an independent counselor, healer, occultist, psychologist. All right. You could be into any sort of even scientific investigation, any kind of investigation. So make use of your intuitive powers, creative powers, your knowledge. Then you will get wonderful results in your independent business or career. All right. Initially, maybe in life you were a little confused about your independent business or career, but eventually, you will figure out that if 7th Lord is in more or less good dignity in the 12th house, and you will listen to your inner voice and connect with your inner voice and make use of your creative skills, your knowledge, your intuition, and you could get into counseling. You can guide others. You could be an advisor, healer, and finally you'll be able to find your place and you'll excel in your profession, career or business. That's possible. All right. So friends, yes, that was my take on what will happen when the 7th Lord of your D9 is in all the 12 houses of the D9. Alright, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, friends, then please do subscribe, okay, and please press the all notification bell, okay. So you should do that, friends, so that you get such notifications of my videos whenever there's a new video out there. So please do not forget to subscribe. And also friends, if you want personal consultation, you can get in touch with me. Details are there in the video description. So yes, friends, and before I wind up, a gentle reminder: always be charitable, kind to the needy, downtrodden, people in old age homes and orphanages. Do some charity, it's very important. Then you will see that you will receive divine blessings. And be kind and compassionate to all animals, birds and creatures, and try to be a vegetarian. They too have the right to live. See you next time. Thank you.